Hey, all you great guitar build-off enthusiasts. Here we are, we're starting episode 6 of my great guitar build-off unofficial. So follow along, a lot to get done, a lot of routing going on, doing the cavities, working on the body. It's just full of stuff here, too much to edit, too much going on. So thank you very much for everybody who's already subscribed, who has been watching, and thank you to anybody else who goes ahead and does that. Looking forward to it. This has been a bunch of fun, so let's get going. So we have a start of the shape of the neck. I also have been working on the glute a little bit, trying to, shape it into what I want. You can also see that we have the headstock done. It's shaped to what I'd like. My next thing is deciding, and I might put out some comments or get some feedback here, but I can either, if you look at it, I'm not even going to throw that in there. But if you look at it, I could do an ash veneer over the top so it would match this. It'd be the same light color. But at the same time, I really for some reason, I've just always liked the look of this. It doesn't mean I can't leave it like that. It looks pretty intriguing to me, but everybody's a little different. At least if I put a veneer that was ash over the top, I could have it match the body. You would only see, the way the sandwiched neck is in the wood from the back. And a lot of guitar companies do that. But I kind of like this. So I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it out there and see what people think. So what am I doing right now? Right now I'm going to start to clean up the neck a little more. File. There's a file here. So basically what I'll be using is to clean up the volute and kind of clean up the neck. So I have a nice file, which I can easily slowly take off wood this way. I have my rasp, my Shinto Japanese rasp. And the thing about this, although it's awesome, and that's how I get down on my neck, and I shape the volute a little bit with it. It's just this thing's like a chainsaw. It will take off a lot of wood. So it depends on how much I have to do. And as I've said before in some of my videos, it's like I don't want to take off a lot in one go. I like to do small increments, small moves around the neck at the end. So I can easily do this. Then I also have sandpaper. And I've been starting with, some 60 grit just to, like, so right here where the volute is, you'll see where I come into the volute, and there's a line there and stuff like that. So I want to come in and kind of get rid of that and then shape this down so that it has a nice slope to it. And that's about it. Then I'll start to shape this off. I think my width, my width right here, if I can get my vernier. But right now, at the 12th fret, I'm right around 21 millimeters. That's a little low compared to a lot of people, or some guitars. But I do like Ibanez guitars. This is going to be a shredder. A lot of the Wizard necks, the Ibanez necks, I mean, they'll be as low as 17, 18 millimeters down here at the 12th fret. So right now I'm at about 21. I'm a little under. And right around the 12th fret, right here, I think I'm at like 22 to 23 millimeters right there. So I still got some wood. I'm gonna keep it at this thickness, and I'm just gonna shape the side a little more. Now for the shape of the neck, everybody's different what they like. I actually like a flatter D profile on the back. I find, like some of the other guitars I did already, I actually came back in afterwards and I kind of took the rasp and I went down on the back to kind of flatten out the back and then just curve over the side so that I had more of a flatter D style right through here. So I'm going to finish off the neck. The neck's going to be a lot of work trying to get this out of the way. Once this is all set, and I think I have the shape and my volutes looking pretty good, I'm going to start cleaning up the fretboard again. I want to make sure my radius is good, and I want to make sure that I'm completely level and flat on the top. So I'll be checking that before I put the frets in. Now, one of the first necks I ever made, I had done all this work and put my frets in, and then took my slotted fret level so I could see how level the neck was, and it was never level. And I kept on adjusting my truss rod. I kept on doing stuff, only to come to find out that literally dumb amateur first time neck move, I didn't check for level on my neck before I put the frets on. So to begin with, my fretboard wasn't level. If I put that on there, I would have been seeing gaps before I even put my frets on. So there was no way to really fix that afterwards. The frets would have leveled themselves out. The fretboard would have been off. I probably could have still used it. I do have the neck, and that's around here somewhere. But anyways, so now I know, like, here, you learn something once, and that's about it. So I'll make sure that those are flat, and then I'm going to look at doing the frets. So that'll be right after that. And then we'll start working on the body. So here we go. So just a couple of passes, and you can see I still have pencil mark at the top, and I have some a little at the bottom. My high spot's in the middle, and I'm just going very slow, and I'm not going to stop until I get all that pencil mark off, and then I'll redraw. I'm just trying to get down the high spots because I want this completely level before I put those frets on. Okay, so I leveled this out Got it all the way back. All the pencil marks were off. Went really slow. I already had 150 paper on here, and I just ran it a couple of times. I checked with my gauges. I'm still at 16. I'm good. I'm actually right on for the 16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly do 220. I usually, and you don't even, especially rosewood or whatever, I probably wouldn't do all this, but again, first time using Purple Heart for fretboard. So I'm just going to sand it up nice. So I'm going to get it up to 220. I'm going to throw on some 400 and then maybe some 500. Might go higher. I don't know. Or I might even skip the 500 to 1,000. I just want to get a nice fretboard feel out of this. So that's all I'm doing. You notice I'm not using the jig this time. I'm literally just laying it up against a towel so it's nice and cushioned, at least up here, because it's off center. And all I really need to do, I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm not going to go off at all. In other words, like, I'm not going to be straying and all that. It's already got its radius on there, so this block will actually sit pretty nice, as long as I don't force it or anything. So I'm going to just sit here, do several passes with the 220, make sure it looks pretty good, and then we'll move on to the next. So let's see. What I do is I trim off the tape, the excess tape. It's one thing to have excess paper, but tape, ugh, drives me nuts. All right. Ooh, 400 is. You like that? That feels fantastic. I'm gonna move on to fretting tomorrow and get that out of the way, get that started. We're gonna use stainless steel frets, got them from Stu Mac. I think I got the medium. I'll have to look at the exact setup. I typically like jumbo, but I picked up this I don't know, Mexican-made Strat, MIM, from 2004, and it had, I think it had medium. I got it like a year or two ago, and I cannot believe how nice those feel, because I've always played with jumbo frets. So definitely, yeah, I'm going to try something a little different, I'm going to throw in some jumbo fret. I'm going to throw in some medium frets. And I've never worked with stainless steel, so we'll see how that goes. So, till tomorrow. Well, there's been a change in plans. So, I, for the first time, ordered fret wire from Stu Mac. Typically, when I order fret wire, I'll just order it off Amazon. There's some good companies out there, and I can get what I need. So I was going with the stainless steel frets. Now, they only sell 2-foot lengths, or you can buy it by the pound. So this is my first time doing the stainless steel, so I didn't want to go overboard. I just bought the 2-foot length. When I order off of Amazon, the lengths they give you are enough to get 24 frets. That 2-foot length that you order off of Stu Mac got me 21 frets. I'm kind of irritated at this point because the more I think about it, I'm just like, why would you sell it any less than what you actually need for 24 frets? 2-foot, yeah, that's great, but you gotta buy 2 of them just to get the extra 3 frets. It's so irritating to me. Luckily, I already had some more nickel fret that I had got. I have it stashed. So, change of plan. I cut up the 21 of the stainless steel, immediately went on Stu Mac and ordered more, but it's going to take about a week. So I already had some nickel. It's medium fret wire. And if I take a look, let me see. Not that anybody cares. Excuse me. But it's the Jaskar medium nickel and silver fret wire. So I don't know what to say. I'm so irritated because I wanted to go the stainless steel fret route, but I don't want to wait that much time because as I do these videos and bring them out, you know, it takes time, process, editing, and getting stuff done. So when you actually see a video, you know, I've been filming that for 3 to 4 days before. So this would really hold up what I'm trying to do. Don't want to do that. So my next thing now is I'll be putting the frets in. There's a couple of ways you can do this. Now, what I've typically done is I've always used wood glue, and I put some in there and then wiped it off. Seen Ben and Crimson do this many times. There's another technique too where you can put in your frets, and then I've seen people put it over to the side like this and run CA glue down each fret slot, which will help do that. And I could do it that way as well. But I think I'm just going to go with the wood glue this time. A little wood glue in here and down. So let's get this fret job done. Okay, so a lot happened today, and getting towards the end of the day, so I'm trying to fix some issues. So here we go. If we take a look, I got pretty far on routing the cavities, but the big thing was I wasn't planning on doing pickup rings. I was going to do direct mount. So I wasn't planning on routing out the extra ear, which is kind of big. It's kind of beefy, the template I have, and I don't like it. I was just going to do a plain old square and then just add a little off to the edge so that I could just do a direct mount. Usually when you do a direct mount, you don't make these so beefy and all this space. So I was planning on doing that. So I got to the second pickup. I did this pickup, I did this pickup cavity, and I got a chip out. Like the router, and you probably seen the video, just literally jumped off. It caught the wood just right, and it jumped off. It even killed my template. Put a big gouge in it. And what happened is there's a little bit of a gouge right here. It's not big. And there's a few things I can do. I could fill that. It'd be fine. But at that point, after doing the chip out, and it kind of went into the little ear area here. So I just figured I'd go ahead and just route those out, and I'll put pickup rings on. I hadn't planned on doing pickup rings, so I really didn't have any pickup rings. Now, going with the, the genre, the motif of this build, I have several options. That neck has Purple Heart. It has Wenge, which I just pronounced it correctly. And I could use that to make pickup rings, which honestly would look pretty cool. The thing is that I've been using the epoxy so much. Like I used the epoxy for the binding on the, I'm pointing to the neck. The neck's over there. I set it aside, letting it dry after I put in the frets. So yeah, I could just use, I think epoxy might be the best bet because it would just flow with everything. Because I'm already doing the epoxy for the binding, the inlays, and it's everywhere. The wood looks great. So here's my idea. What I'm doing is I'm creating a little area, a pore area for some of the epoxy resin. So I was also thinking at the same time that, the back plates. The back plates, again, I could make out of the wood, which I probably, I just might do that. I'll see how this works. But these are, what are these? These are like maybe an 1/8 of an inch. I don't know what the thickness even is on these, typically. I'm in inches, yeah. Let me, I mean, it's only 2 mil, a little over 2 millimeters. So I was thinking I could pour a little higher than this, and I could actually just make my back plates out of like a green or the purple epoxy resin, which would be cool. It would kind of flow with everything that's going on. And then over on this side, because I need to pour thicker for the pickup rings, I'm just gonna pour a little thicker, and I'm gonna get those in there. Those are gonna cure for a day or two, and I'll be able to make something out of it. So again, stuff happens, and you kind of go in a different direction. Happens all the time. Half the stuff that I ended up doing with the body, with the neck, it's it's on the fly. You kind of come up with different things as you're doing it. The build kind of leads its own way, and you just follow along. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and do this pour, and we're going to see where it goes from there. But again, pretty good progress. I want to start routing out the back, which would be great. And then we're going to do some fretting, fret the crown and level tomorrow, hopefully. Well, either way. So thanks for joining and watching, and here we go. So that's the end of episode 6. There was a lot going on. Still have a ton of footage and I've got a lot further. So look for episode 7 coming out by the end of the week. There's a lot happening here. Please hit subscribe, hit that bell, put some comments in and like, I really enjoy it, having a great time doing this. And I know a bunch of you just love watching this great guitar build off stuff. So let's see how it goes. Till next time.